And welcome. I've got a really quick but cute tutorial for you today. Just some Christmas bluebirds. I am Viv with Art with Viv, so come on, let's go and get started. Now these were inspired by all the bluebirds that gather at my feeders, and they're here year round, and they are gorgeous. Gorgeous. There's about 10 or 11 of them that come, and we keep it full of mealworms for them. Now the first thing I'm doing is I'm just sort of drawing some circles with another circle on, a smaller circle on top for the birds, and I'm having them looking in different directions. That's how they do on the feeder. They're all just like staring at each other when they're on my bird feeders. So I'm going to have all these kind of looking at each other. These are all males, so they're all going to be brightly colored. So I've got them just sort of drawn out. I've got a little gray on my palette. I'm just going to go ahead and wet this bottom one with some clean water. I'm using a number 4 pointed round, and that is my Creative Mark Mimic brushes, and I'm getting a little cerulean blue, a little bit of Winsor red. You can use whatever red, whatever blue that you have. This would make a cute little tag or a cute little card, just whatever. But I just thought it'd be quick, easy, and everyone loves to get those handmade items, especially if you go to the trouble of making your gift tags handmade. So on his bottom, where his breast and chest would be, I just put the red right on around the edge, and then on the top of his head and across his back, I'm putting that blue, and then I'm just making 3 little brush marks for his little tail. And in the middle, it has that sort of gray. So now I am wetting this other one who's kind of staring down at him from an upper branch. I'm going to get that red, go right on his belly, and just let that water do its work. We're not going to mess with it. You know, these almost look like 4th of July birds because they're red, white, and blue. I just realized that looking at them. We have 4th of July Christmas birds. Anyway, then I'm just going to do some little tail, just some little brush strokes for his tail. You don't have to get fancy. And now we are going to go ahead and wet this other one, the last one. And I'm putting a little more gray into him than I did on that second one. And it's got a little red mixed in for my brush. It's okay. It's fine. Just going to go with it. And I'm going to dip in my blue and go right down his back, just like we've been doing the others. Just go right along the edge while it's still wet, so the water can just sort of pull it and blend it out. And then I'm just going to go down his breast, his little chest with the red. And I'm just going to let the water do the work. I'm going to go ahead and let him dry, let these birds dry before I work on those anymore. And I've just got a little bit of burnt umber, a little bit of burnt sienna mixed together, and I am just sort of freehanding in some branches. You can make your branches go any kind of way you want and make them twist and turn. Add as many little tiny branches on there as you want. We got to make sure this one's got somewhere to sit. He's up there judging the other two. The other two look like they're either gossiping or about to get into an argument. I don't know which, but they're fixing it. It's about to go down with those two, the one on the top and the one on the bottom that are looking at each other. I don't know what's happening. That other one, I don't know if he's the referee or if he's just sitting up there in judgment of those other two. I don't know. But we're just going to keep painting and hope for the best. Hope they don't attack each other before we get done. Now I'm taking a little bit of burnt umber with a little bit of Payne's gray mixed in, and just sort of darkening in some areas of the tree branches so that it has some light and dark areas, gives a little bit of dimension. We're not getting too crazy. We know this is not realistic, but we do want to give it a little dimension, a little interest, and we want that branch to be sturdy because it might be a fight fixing to break out. We don't know. So now I've just taken some of my lamp black, or you can mix your dark color, but I'm just taking lamp black for this one. And I'm just doing little triangles for their beaks and little eyes, this little round eyes, and I'm leaving a little bit of the eye unpainted near the center so that it looks like a highlight. And I'm making them just sort of look at each other. Like I said, this one up here, he's the referee, he's judging. These two down here, I don't know. I think they're fixing to throw down. I don't know. So now that they're dry, I am just going to add a few wings because they're going to need those to fly. And So we just add just a few brush marks. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Then we'll just add a few berries. We're going to leave the middle parts of those berries white because you want a little highlight. And I wonder how many of these berries they're going to knock off when they get into their little ruckus, if that's what they're doing. They could be gossiping. They might just be gossiping. This could be the gossip tree. We don't know. But you just add the berries wherever you want them. You can do them in clusters of 2 or 3 or 4 or more or 1 or 5. It doesn't matter. Just wherever you feel like you need a berry, just stick a berry on there. And once you get all those berries in, let me get a few more. I'm just happy with these berries. Yeah, they definitely, something's going on with these 2 birds. I don't know what, but something is. So now I got a little sap green on my palette, and I'm just gonna make marks. Just little brush marks, not even, just marks on the paper to indicate leaves. I'm not trying to make them leaf shaped. I'm just making marks. And your eye and your imagination can do the rest. We're gonna use our imagination today. I love using my imagination. I always make up little stories sometimes for my little paintings because, you get bored when you're painting and your mind wanders, and then I start making up things, little scenarios for my little birds and stuff, whatever I paint. So now you got your leaves going on. We're going to have to make some little feet because, we got to have something to hold them up with. So we're just taking that black again and just putting some little feet on there. Just little sticks coming out from their bodies with 3 little toes. And there you go. You have got the cutest little bluebird Christmas tag or whatever you want to use it. So thanks for watching. See you next Monday or sooner.